Yahweh,
Hashem,
Yahweh Shah, Hashem,
Hashem,
Kadash, double honors to the apostles, the elders, honors to the Aftercamp pushing his truth out in sincerity. All right. So we're just gonna go into Joel, third chapter.
Yep. 3 and 10, right?
All right. Yeah.
You gotta speak this for a little.
Yeah. All right.
Wait a second.
So you got. I was looking on a YouTube. I don't know, it was Fox Business. They was talking about Iran, because Iran with their nuclear program, it was like they could have a nuclear program for their technology, but not to enrich their uranium. But who is Esau to tell a nation what they can do to defend themselves? Because that's the age we're in. We're in the that's what nuclear power. That's the time we're in right now. All right, and it's about to be judgment on the nations, because the Lord is ruling in the kingdom of men and ruling in the minds of these kings and the elites of these nations. But who's the so-called white man to tell another nation they can't defend themselves? All right.
Gotcha. Joel chapter 3 verse 10. I'll start at 9. Proclaim you this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men.
Yeah, they're being woken up into their warlike state. All right, they used to be in. Iran is that's the Persians. All right.
Oh.
Russians they're because they're in our land, they're Gog and Magog, because of the land they occupy. All right.
Let all the men of war draw near.
The men of war gonna draw near, and third world war is gonna start in the Middle East. Okay.
Let them come up. Beat your plowshares and the swords.
Yeah, all the nations are putting all their resources into their military and their weapons, their nuclear weapons. That's what the bulk of their money is going into defense.
And your pruning hooks in the spears.
Because those are agricultural instruments. So the nations now, their main goal is strengthening their military and nuclear arsenals and their defense. And they just mentioned something about they said that they want to have a weapon system out of space, but they didn't say for what. They made it seem like it was for like fucking asteroid or something.
Wow.
All right, but we already know it ain't for that. It's for they're gonna try to defend themselves against the Lord when He returns. All right.
That's right. Let the weak say, "I am strong." Those are those weak nations.
And
right?
the weak nations, they're strong now. They're saying they're strong because the playing field is becoming level. They have nuclear weapons and they have certain aircrafts and things, military strategic assets that the other nations have now. That these other nations have what Esau have now.
Yeah, nuclear capability.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Assemble yourselves and come, all you heathen.
Yeah, they assemble all the heathens, the heathen nations. All right. Which are some the first and foremost the top heathen nation, Esau. Then you got Elam, the East Indians. You got Ishmael, the Arabs. All right.
Yep. And gather yourselves together round about.
And they're going to be gathered to this third world's war, the war that's going to end all wars. All right. And while they're in the midst of that war, that's when the Lord is going to return. All right, because He's going to take all their crowns.
Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh.
Yahweh Shai with the host of angels, he's gonna come physically take this kingdom that Yahweh already gave to him. Well, he's gonna come and claim it. And how he's gonna claim it? He's gonna destroy all these nations while they're in the midst of fighting each other. But before that, he's gonna gather. He's gonna beam up the elect into the chariots throughout the earth, mainly here in America.
That's right, because the mighty ones is dealing with the chariots, the angels.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's verse 12. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat.
All right, that's in the Middle East. All right, that's where that's going to take place. That third world's war.
Right. And for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about.
That's how we're going to judge them, and he's going to judge them with fire, thermonuclear fire, and also concentrated fire that's coming out of the crabs.
Put you in the
chariots.
sickle. Put you in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe.
Yeah, and the harvest, that's the end of the world, the end of age. Because the world abiding forever. That's the end of Esau's rule and all his millions that's in league with him.
Yeah, the earth abideth forever.
I meant to say the
Yeah, it's all good, it's all good.
The earth liveth.
Right. Come, get you down, for the press is full, the vats overflow, for their wickedness is great.
Yeah, wickedness is great. So the Lord is coming to judge.
Right.
And how he's going to plead with flesh, with fire. That's how the Lord is going to plead with flesh.
That's right.
All right, with fire. That's going to be the second death. Because the first death was with a flood. That flood is what
First death.
The first death. I mean, the first death was a flood.
Right.
And that's what broke Pangea into the continents.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you got something?
You got something?
Yeah.
All right.
You know.
This is the book of Obadiah, verse 7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border.
Confederacy, they all at their league. That was they was all together. These heathen nations in league with Esau, and he gave them aid. Esau gave them aid, weapons, and trained certain nations. But they're gonna turn against the harlot, which is America.
The men that were at peace with thee.
The men that was at peace with you, that was in league with you, you had treaties, you had alliances,
Have deceived thee.
have
Yeah.
deceived thee. That's why these Esau was in league with these nations. Someone did a crime and they left and they fled somewhere. The U.S. could come and extradite them or go get them because they was in league with America.
It says, and prevail against thee, that they eat thy bread. They that eat thy bread.
Now eat thy bread. I mean, they got aid from you, weapons, money, resources.
Yeah.
Have laid a wound under thee.
They laid a wound or a snare under you, a trap.
Yeah.
They basically they rocked you to sleep. They came to you as a friend, but they was secretly an enemy.
There is none understanding in him.
Esau doesn't have any understanding. All right. If he had he don't have any understanding, because he would know is what or everything he's doing is leading to his destruction, and also he crosses his own allies, man.
Right.
And that's what, and those that's in league with him. All right. Look what he do with the NATO and the EU. He goes out. He'll go and bomb a country without getting an okay.
There is none understanding in him.
Esau doesn't have any understanding. Look what he does. He put his image up as being a lord. He's stolen the nation of Israel's identity. Look what he does with the air. He pollutes the air that he breathes and the drinking water, right?
Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom?
You know, wise men out of Edom going to be destroyed. Them elites and teaming, all right? Them Germans.
And understanding out of the mount of Esau?
And understanding. All your warlocks, your witches, or use the enlightened ones, the demons that you worship, they're not gonna give you any answers anymore, man, because they're gonna flee from you because they was doing the will of the Most High anyway.
And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall
Them Germans, those are the wisest out of Esau. Their technology
shall be dismayed.
shall be dismayed. They got the best nuclear physicists, the best engineers. Them Germans, but all wisdom is going to flee from him.
To the end that everyone out of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter.
Yeah, they're going to be cut off by slaughter. They're going to be destroyed. That's going to happen. Thermonuclear destruction ultimately, and when the Lord returns on the chariots, famine, all right, economics, everything. It's all of that's going to lead to your destruction.
Verse,
Yeah, there you go. Go on.
Verse 15, for the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen.
The day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. That's why things are speeding up. The time is speeding up, and Esau is doing whatever he could do with allegedly with the vaccines, right?
Yeah.
He got and then he's talking
V's,
about
brother, the
giving
V's.
people the V's.
The jab.
He's talking
The
the
jab,
jab,
brother.
man, that juice. And he's talking about the ooze. He's talking about people getting booster shots and all of that. I thought the first 2 shots were supposed to do it.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, and allegedly there were 4 pilots that died from after getting the jabs.
In the air?
4 pilots, bro.
Yeah. See?
4 pilots, man.
See,
You know?
they got him, man. Yeah.
And there's a whole lot of underhanded.
And that Johnson and Johnson is the one-hitter quitter.
There's a lot of underhanded, you know what I'm saying, stuff going on with this whole, jab business, you know.
And you see the air is more hard, harder to breathe with the air too, right? So it's making people, get their little coughs and like,
Yeah,
let me go. I might have to go get a vaccine, allegedly.
Bring it out
A little more.
As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head.
Yeah, your reward. Esau's reward going to return upon his own head. He plans on exterminating the majority of the world so he could better rule Georgia Guidestones and ultimately destroying the nation of Israel. But that plan is going to fall back on his head because he's going to be the majority of them going to be destroyed here. They're going to go into slavery. They're going to be brought back, reincarnation, do 1,000 years of slavery, and then their line going to be exterminated completely. So the plans they had for the nation of Israel is going to happen to them. All right.
Quick scripture. This is Jeremiah 51:7. It says, Babylon hath been a golden cup in Yahweh hand.
Yeah, Babylon. That's America, and America is run by you Edomites. You've been a golden cup in the Lord's hand. You have gotten rich off the nation of Israel first and foremost, and then these heathen nations. You have gotten rich. You haven't been judged, so as of yet. So you've hundreds of years. You've eaten well. All right, and basically, and you rule the world in wrath, man. You haven't showed any mercy on the nation of Israel, none. And then you just put a squeeze on the nation of Israel, okay? So you haven't given the nation of Israel a break, and you haven't been judged as of yet. So you're winning right now.
Yeah. Babylon represents America.
Yeah.
Babylon hath been a golden cup in Yahweh hand that made all the earth drunken.
And America has made the world drunken. The nations, the women in the other nations, they want to be like the women here in America. They want to
They say they want to be like the so-called white woman.
and they don't want to be like the so-called white woman.
Yep.
Yeah, in America.
Yep, you have all these nations that do business with America. They look like the so-called white man with their attire, suit and tie, their credit system, the whole system. They was following at a time, all right, and that messed up their economies, and creating this democracy and free enterprise. The other nations follow America, and they've been fucked up because of America.
Yeah, capitalism, right?
Yeah, there's capitalism.
Capitalist society.
Yeah, that's why you got
Rich get rich, and poor get poor.
Mr. Bernie's Colonel Sanders talking about socialism.
All right.
Because they see capitalism is just taken away from the American citizens.
Right.
You know, just like they had the 1%ers,
Right.
and they was marching about the 1%ers against the 99%ers or whatever, which
Yeah.
You know?
Just the one. Yeah.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because now they starting to see that, wait a minute, this capitalistic societies is not for the regular peon, so-called white person, you know? But it's too late.
Exactly.
It's too late. Esau is already bringing the wicked elite is already bringing in their plans.
Yeah.
It says, that made all the earth drunken, the nations have drunken of her wine.
Yeah, those philosophies. Those philosophies. Got democracy, American dream. People break their neck to get over here. Okay? This American dream is polluted the people's minds, man. It created debt and messed up the people's minds. And also the drugs too, man. The pharmaceuticals and the drugs. You know, he saw the biggest drug dealer. He flooded the world with his drugs, man.
Yep.
Yeah, and Esau also too, other heathen nations. They owe China.
They owe China.
Yeah.
Right.
China holds what,
Big time.
80% of their debt. You know what I'm saying? China want to destroy America because of that, man.
Yeah.
Now America can't pay all this debts.
And China, don't tell me you paying them with dollars, because the more dollars they print, that's inflation. It's more worthless. So they can't hold a reserve of dollars.
Yeah.
You can't. Is the rich people, so-called rich here, they already know that. That's why they keep flipping, because you can't just sit on money. On money, it gotta keep circulating. Gotta, like electricity. Electricity move in a circular motion. You can't just sit on it. It's like drugs. You can't sit on that. That shit gotta move out. That's like the money. That is because it's not real money. It's debt. And so and that's Esau. The nations are angry because of that.
Yeah.
Because everybody was doing business on a world scale at once with U.S. money. You got it.
No. Yeah. Con. Exactly. It says the nations have drunken of her wine. You know, because they did business with America.
Yeah.
Now they want to get rid of the petrodollar.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because they see the economy is sinking, man.
Yeah.
There's no worth in that. You know. So it says the nations, and you have the other nations. You know, they bombing Iran. You know what I'm saying? You know, they was putting sanctions against Iran. They put the whole nuclear project, you know, to stop Iran from making the nuclear missiles. And now the nations are mad, man. You know, here it is, you telling Iran you don't want them to enrich their uranium. After they done made this deal with you to stop enriching their uranium, you know?
Yeah.
You know, so the nations are mad, man. Okay? Russia, India, all these nations want to come against America and shoot nuclear missiles on them. Why? Because it's prophesied. It says, the nations have drunk enough of wine, of her philosophy, her democracy, wearing suits and ties, voting in your leaders. You know? We're supposed to be a king and a prince. Once the king dies, then the prince rules and becomes the king. No, but they're voting in their leaders. You know? It says, the nations have drunk enough her wine, her philosophy, her democracy, her ways of living, you know, because basically all these nations modernized just like America, you know. They took it from Europe, and from Europe, they took it from America, you know, industrializing, you know, technology. It says, the nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad.
Yeah, nations. Okay. And the nations are angry because of that. All right, because you messed up their people's mind,
Yeah.
their resources.
Yup.
All right, and then you done painted them out as being the enemy, so that they angry, and the thing is they want to destroy America, man.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. America owes China all that money, and they ain't paying it back.
Right.
You know, they're like, man, we ain't paying you back.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, we ain't paying you back all that debt you brought from us now. And they just Russia want to destroy America. They keep on putting sanctions on America. You know, they dealt with their philosophy. Remember, Russia was a communist country, man. Now they went to some goddamn capitalistic society, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know?
And America, this harlot doesn't follow its same rules because
Right.
the whole system with UCC and everything was every country that borrows or get anything, they have to pay that country back. No excuses. All right? They have to pay. Or they can't do business nowhere on a world scale, on a global scale.
Right.
But America has slithered itself around, weaseled its way around that. So these nations are angry, like it's not supposed to be an exception to the rule.
Right.
All right?
She's a whore, and
She's
she
a
has
harlot.
she has many lovers.
Yeah.
And a whore, one thing, even why the analogy of a whore is used because you really, in real life, you can't get love back from a whore.
Yeah.
Whore, you could love a whore, but she doesn't love you back. She's gonna continue to live out her whorish ways. That's why America, that's why America is in bed with anybody, man. I mean, when you go back and look at the history of the Bush family and the Saudis and the Bin Ladens, they were in bed with each other for years.
Yeah.
All right, before anybody even knew what a Bin Laden was. And then years later, during 9/11,
Now he's a terrorist.
now they're terrible people.
Yeah.
But what about the backdoor deals that they've been doing? What about the backdoor deals that the Clintons do? What about the families that come out of America that pretty much steered this country back into war? What about the situation where the general spoke, or one of the ex-generals said that he saw a document in which they stated all the places where they ended up going to war, and he saw this back in the 80s, or way before the Desert Storm. He saw this document that stated all the places that they wanted to take down, and the last on the list was Iran, and here it is, America's encircling Iran. So everything's always premeditated with America. They'll set the rules, they'll break them. We've seen that happen with Gad in the Northern Kingdom over here in America first. How this land is stolen. And so America is basically it treats all of its counterparts like whores. I mean, it is a whore. I got something real quick on this.
Yeah.
Unless you was
No, that's it.
This is Revelation 18, Revelation 17 and 15 says, and he saved unto me the waters which thou sawest. Let me go to 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast.
NATO and EU.
These shall hate the whore.
They're gonna hate the whore. And that whore is America, because America's was in bed with all the other nations, all right, and making deals with the other nations and going back, and then getting back cool with them again, just whoring around, and with, all right.
Hey, well, check it out. In one administration they hate Russia, and in the next administration we friends with Russia, and then they hate this country, and then we friends with that country, and we hate North Korea, and then we back in bed with North Korea. America moves all type of like whorish ways, man. And then you realize, okay, it's all about the bread for them.
Yep.
It's all about as long as they accept democracy.
Yep.
It's all about as long as they embedded somehow with America, with its dealings, with its plan, with its agenda. America is just a way for the nations to get paid, but it's a way for the elites to use America to get their agenda across.
Yeah.
Which is leading up to New World Order.
Yep.
We know that the nations that America doesn't attack are the nations that already have a centralized banking system. The nations that America attacks and tells you not to go to, and claims all the terrorists live at, are the ones with no centralized banking system.
Yeah, no Rothschild, a central bank.
Right, which is left. The only ones left is Iran.
No, I think it's Iran and North Korea.
Okay, calm.
If I'm not mistaken.
Calm. So here it is. That's Iran and North Korea, and that's why American armies are circling that place.
Mm-hmm.
But the beast, it says, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore.
Yeah, they're gonna hate the whore. They're gonna turn on the whore. They hate the whore now. They just didn't make their move yet.
Well, that's the EU and NATO. I
Yeah.
mean, NATO and the EU.
NATO and the EU.
Yeah.
Cause America, when they supposed to, you gotta get the okay from your partners before you go and you bomb a country or you do whatever you do to someone. You gotta get the okay from your partners, but America is just making its own rules, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Breaking fly zone laws.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
no fly zone laws. They're just going there anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Syria,
You know. Yup. Syria.
Man,
Yup.
Jack Syria
Libya.
up.
Libya, Iraq.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Afghanistan. Which
About-
those two countries are on the opposite sides of Iran.
Right.
You got Iraq, you got Iran, and you got Afghanistan.
Yeah, because you gotta get a clearance before you go through another nation's airspace and things like that. You gotta get an okay.
Yeah, the beast is supposed to okay that. You know, America undermines the countries it deals with, it lays in bed with.
Yeah.
It says, and shall make her desolate.
It's gonna be desolate. How's it gonna be desolate? ICBMs, intercontinental ballistic missiles,
And naked.
naked. All right, because I'm exposed. Yeah, a person exposed. Their secrets are getting pushed out throughout the earth, and all of Esau's secrets are being exposed. You know, because he has this media that blocks certain things, but you got alternate media sources.
With the internet.
That's why they want to censor the internet. All right,
There you got whistleblowers.
whistleblowers.
Hey, come to find
House
out.
divided.
Come to find out, right? There was a building that collapsed in Miami. What, 2
Right.
days ago?
Yeah. Yep.
Come to find out that John McAfee, who was running for president last year, I believe, or during the last few years, last year, he's running for president as well. John McAfee, the dude who started, McAfee security for your computers. You know, he winds up dead in this cell in Spain. 2 months, years ago, on his Twitter, he was putting out, listen, if you ever hear about me hanging myself in my cell, like Epstein, just know that it wasn't me. I didn't kill myself.
Wow. Check
He
that
wrote
out.
that. And then he also wrote, if anything ever happens to me, I got my files on a hard drive in Miami, in my apartment, and and then puts the address. It's the same building that dropped the other day, that collapsed.
Wow.
So, I mean, when you talk about everything being naked, it's already out. You can see how he saw move, man. You telling me a building is just falling there?
Yeah, it's just falling now.
He put this exact address where the building fell years ago, and now he ends up dead.
Check that out.
Where his files was at, that building. What did he have? More information on the dirt that America's involved with, man. Because the rabbit hole goes deep, man.
Mm-hmm.
It says here,
Yeah, it does.
and she shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire.
Yeah, so she's gonna be burned with fire. That's America, the harlot. Okay, gonna be burned with fire and made desolate. What kind of fire can make a whole country desolate?
Nuclear.
Nuclear. Thermonuclear
Right.
fire. That's the time we're in now.
For Yahweh hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will and to agree.
Yeah, he put in their minds. So he put in their minds to destroy themselves. And mainly this harlot, all right?
And give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of Yahweh shall be fulfilled.
So words of Yahweh be fulfilled. Every word in the scriptures, every prophecy is going to take place.
And the woman which thou sawest is that great city.
That woman, that city is America. It's a city of many cities, man. That's why you got citizenship. It's citizens. All right? It's cities. All right?
Which reigneth over the kings of the earth.
Reigning over the kings of the earth.
Right? The power that America has.
America is America. That this is like the elite's bulldog, man. This corporation.
Right. One of the examples is the international reserve currency,
Mm-hmm.
the dollar, petrodollar, right, which is jacking up everybody,
Yeah.
and that they're doing business with because they're seeing that this debt that America has accumulated is turning into something somewhat of a cancer.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Somewhat
Somewhat of a cancer to the whole entire system
Right.
that they've been dealing with. That's why 23 countries, just recently, 23 countries, all right, Russia is one of them, okay, there's various other countries, you know what I'm saying, that's part of it. They said that they didn't want to deal with the dollar no more.
Yeah.
They're trying to find a way
Yeah.
from dealing with the dollar. 23 countries, bro.
Yeah.
23 countries are trying to get away
Yeah.
And,
from
Russia, China.
Yep, Russia, China, the water.
Yep.
All right, I believe North Korea is one of them as well. All right, you can look it up. I did a quick video on it.
they
Brothers
hate
did
them.
all kinds of videos on it. There's 23 countries that are outwardly
Yeah.
against using the dollar anymore. They want to create their own independent system outside of the dollar. That's a show of this economy that America has once built was what's happening to it. It's falling upon itself.
Yeah.
You know, this hyperinflation thing is going to run rampant, man. It's gonna spread like wildfire.
That
And this was all witchcraft. This dollar, man, because you got people that believe it's the whole world is in a thing of believing it's something when it's not. There's little symbols on cotton, right? That's
Fiat.
what this fiat, and
Yeah.
and the whole world and the whole world believes it's something. All right.
that's
John.
why it's considered a credit-based society.
Credit-based.
The word credit means trust.
Trust.
Yeah.
So you gotta trust that dollar actually. That's why they calculate these numbers every day. It's fluctuating. Money is supposed to have some type of standard. It's a measurement of value. So if your measurements every day is increasing and decreasing, that's not a good measurement.
It's not
That
it's
it's
false.
volatility.
false balance.
It's a
Yeah,
false
I was
balance.
thinking that.
Because imagine one day a cup, you measure a cup, let's say an ounce. One day an ounce,
Yeah,
and then the next thing you know, the ounce is they drop the number down for the ounce. So an ounce is not that many cups anymore. Or the next day, the ounce is more than a cup.
yeah,
People don't have a problem with
You
that.
got a problem, big problem, bro.
And well, that's what America does with some money. See, his money is tied to every other country, but America keeps printing it.
Proverbs
that-
11:1.
That continues
Like the water.
that continues to devaluate the money, which goes back to the fact that they can print it because it never had no value in the
Yeah,
first
no
place.
value.
And then it's beyond the gross
Oh my God, rabbit
national
hole, right?
the gross national product and goods and services. So they printing all this shit. It doesn't amount to the jobs that's being made, the jobs that's out, and then the products that's being created and sells and things, goods and services. So it ended. Then it don't have the goal behind it. So that shows that it's fucking worthless.
That's what
You
the
know?
Gold Act was all about, man. Robbing the people. They didn't rob themselves because they took that gold. They made it illegal, man.
Yeah.
In the United States
Yeah.
to have gold.
Yeah.
1933.
33, I believe. Yeah, that's
Uh-huh.
Is it Roosevelt or
Yeah, Roosevelt.
Yep. Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
Made it illegal for you to have for cash. And before that, there was a act where they made the dollar not be backed. So first they took the value of the dollar away, and they took your gold, literally took your gold away. It was stationed papers everywhere that said it is now going to be illegal to carry gold in your house. If you caught with it, you in violation.
You gotta pay
Like
10,000
10 years.
or 10 years or something like that. or pay a fine of
They
$10,000.
robbed the people. So if they robbed the people of America, what do you think was what they was gonna do for the rest of you people?
Mhm.
Yeah, and you know, just looking back at that, you know, they was gonna fine you 10,000 or and send you to 10 years in jail, even if you had gold. Goes to show you Esau been playing that game. It's like how they gonna do with the jab. You know?
Right.
Mhm.
You know, they firing people because people don't want to take the jab.
Can't fly,
Can't fly.
restrictions.
You'll lose your job if you don't want to take the jab. You know what I'm saying? You know, so it's the same thing Esau been doing, man. Terrorism,
Terrorism. That's it.
forcing people to do things, forcing people to do things, and you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you should already know about that. You know, forcing you into slavery, man. Taking away the land of the North American Indians and the Latino Indians by force.
That's right.
You know? So how you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans gonna walk around in the earth thinking that you free? We ain't free, man. We still slaves until Yahweh Shai comes back to deliver his elect, man. If you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Other than that, we're slaves in this damn society. Don't take that jab. See what happened. You ain't gonna have no job. Okay? All right? So, how you free?
Can I get a quick scripture real quick?
Yeah.
But you ain't supposed to take the jab, by the way.
Yeah, come.
You're not supposed to take the jab. Don't take
Don't
the jab.
take the jab, man.
No. I
That's
don't give a
it.
damn how many times you two take the video now.
Right.
Don't take the jab, man.
That's right.
All right, guys.
Come. Isaiah 26:10. Let favor be showed to the wicked,
Mhm.
yet will he not learn righteousness.
No,
man.
no, let favor be shown to these elites, these Edomites.
Is it not being shown to them right now?
Yeah.
They're rulership. They got
Their
that
rulership, they got the land of, all right, they got the land of Israel, right?
That's right.
They got everything, they got the money, the monetary system, they make the laws,
That's right.
all right, they have the wealth, they have everything, and they have it where they could take everyone out of poverty, man.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
exactly.
They could take
Absolutely.
the world out of
The
poverty.
snap of a finger.
Yeah,
Out of poverty and make it where people have real money and cattle and things like that. And, you know, they can do that.
They can
Yeah.
release all the documents that they have revealing who the real children of Israel are.
Yep.
They
They
can
can
they
do
can
that.
destroy all the idols in the world.
They can say who the chariots are, who the,
Yeah.
they can do all of that, but they're not doing that.
Exactly. Yet will he not learn righteousness.
And no, he's not.
In the land of uprightness, which you spoke about,
That's right in
land,
Israel.
that's right. Will he deal unjustly and
He
will?
is, he is dealing unjustly. He got, look what he's doing with the Israelites over there. He's deporting them, right?
Right.
He's deporting them out, and that ain't even his land. And he's deporting them out, and it shows with the Balfour Declaration that wasn't his land, all right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
He doing that. What else? What else he doing? He got that. He giving them homos rights over there, man.
Yeah, they have the biggest homo parade over there, bro.
Homo
Yeah.
parades over there, man.
Pride, correct.
Pride parades, they call them.
But they supposed to be the Most High's chosen, right?
Yeah.
Right. You're right.
In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly
And he's dealing unjustly over there, in Israel, man. That ain't even his land, man.
and will not behold the majesty of the Lord.
He's not.
Jeremiah 13:23.
And what is it? Revelation, the 2nd chapter.
Gone. This is Jeremiah 13, verse 23. Can the Ethiopian change his skin?
Nah, them Hamites can't change their skin, man. They gonna have that purplish, that dark brown purplish color, yo. You know what?
No, you-
Dusty,
yeah.
dusty,
Yeah, that
dusty,
dusty ass.
black, chalky,
Yeah,
You-
super black, dusty, chalk black skin, man.
yeah.
Of the leopard, his spots,
A leopard won't change his spots either.
then may you also do good that are accustomed to do evil.
That's right. And Esau, he's gonna do his wickedness. All right.
Yeah, he created to be that way.
Yeah, like
You know?
iron rusted.
That's iron rusted. So is his wickedness, right? They got it.
Yeah, he's doing a good job being a wicked man.
Yeah.
Look, he got that juiced out the vaccines, man. You know.
Yeah.
Now he gonna give people a bonus when they got bonus They gonna drop. They gonna get something and they ain't gonna make it.
They're getting it, bro. They're getting it, man.
What's up, Johnson, a one-hitter quitter?
Johnson, Moderna, Pfizer, AstraZeneca.
There's a whole lot of
all those pharmaceutical death traps. You know? You got it.
Pharmaceutical, brother. I got one right quick for you. Since you're talking about Esau, it says, this is Psalms 58:3. The wicked are estranged from the womb.
Yeah, the wicked are strange. They're strange, man. They're different than the nation of Israel.
From the womb.
From the womb. So they're separate. They're the wicked.
It's going back to the story of
Jacob and Esau.
In the womb, when the Lord separated the two nations that was in our womb.
Yeah.
Two nations in our womb. One shall be greater than the other. The other shall serve the younger. And that two manner of people is in our womb.
Yeah.
The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be
As soon
born.
as they be born, they go astray, man. As soon as they're born, man, they wickedness is out there, man.
Right.
You remember you like bitch trying to get us jabbed up on a road trip?
Oh boy.
Yo, they so
Which
fucking
one?
liars,
Which
man.
one? I mean, it's been so.
They eat a white little hoe, and then after police left, she's still running around. Yeah, she's in danger and shit.
Yeah.
Yo, Esau is just fucking liars, man.
It says, they go astray as soon as they be born.
Yeah, they speaking
Go ahead.
speaking lies, man. Everything they do is a lie, man. They wicked.
Yeah, bro. Yep.
It says, they go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. So if a baby could speak, it'll be speaking lies.
Yeah.
When you see a little
Oh man.
Edomite so-called white baby, and you sitting on the train, and that baby's looking at you, what is the baby thinking? Wickedness, man.
Wickedness.
There was actually a video brothers posted a while ago. This little Edomite girl.
Right.
She ate some cookies or whatever, something she wasn't supposed to eat. And she had the evidence all on her face. And the mother asked her, who ate the, cookies? And she said a black man did it.
It's not a black man ate the cookies.
yeah.
Oh, yo, bad, yo.
You saw, man, they so fucking liars, man.
It's crazy, bro.
He said a black man
Yeah.
ate the cookies.
Yeah.
They all liars, you know?
They got a new movie called Karen that's coming out soon.
Oh,
Man,
Karen.
I gotta see that, bro.
And showing you how once you moved into Esau neighborhood, basically they on your ass, man. From the moment you in that neighborhood.
Reminds me to get out.
Yeah, it reminds you to get out and the show Damn on Amazon Prime. Yep. Yeah, so we studied which one it out.
The soul is not upright in them.
Yeah, I got it. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 4. Let's start at 3.
Okay.
It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time.
That vision is for an appointed time. What vision? The destruction of America. The Lord beaming up the elect, delivering the elect, destroying 2/3 in these heathen nations. That vision. All hell breaks loose. The RFID microchip is made mandatory. These are all the vision of prophecies.
But at the end it shall speak.
It's going to speak. All right. So you have those believing that this place going to be here 50 more years, 60 more years. Now, it's about to speak.
And not lie.
It's not going to lie. These things are going to take place. All right. You see, it was just a show anyway, but they was pressing the Pentagon to bring out a report about the chariots because they can't cover it up any longer. You can't tell millions of people that what they saw is what they didn't actually see. So then now you fuck it. Then everything we see we got questioned in.
Yeah, right.
You know?
Right.
Though it tarry, it says, but at the end it shall
It
speak.
shall speak.
And it is speaking.
It is.
All right. and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it,
Tarry, wait for it. It's not that long. Though tarry, wait for it.
because it will surely come.
It's gonna come.
Hmm.
All right.
It will not tarry.
It will not tarry.
That means as long as it takes, you just wait on it.
Yeah.
No matter how long it takes, no matter, don't set no date in your head. Well, if the Lord don't come by
Right,
this
don't
time,
do that. Right.
you got till I'm 25 because, nah, man, that's where you go off, man.
Yeah, because the Lord's time frame is not our time frame. Verse 4, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him.
The so-called white man, his spirit is not upright in him. He's not just all righteous. He's not just all righteous. Soul is not upright in him.
Yeah, man. Like, dealing with this place America, they have all kinds of laws, penal laws they call them. They got law libraries that they always go back and revise and amend and make different amendments and changes.
Retroactive, make laws retroactive.
These different laws that they set up, they're not constant. They're always changing, man.
When it suits them, it's not like they're international. The banking system, right? All the banking system, fractional reserve lending, Chase Bank and all of them, they can do that. They're grandfathered in. They go operate under a grandfather clause. But if anyone was to it's all fucked up anyway. If anybody was to open up a bank outside of them, they can't do the same thing because you can't open up a bank and do the same thing that Chase and all of them do. They're grandfathered in. They operate on a grandfather clause. Which show is fucking wicked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yep. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith.
The just are the elected of the nation of Israel, which is so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that live by faith. Faith that Lord willing, will be delivered.
It's a reward.
That we won't. Faith that we will during the time of our temptation that we won't take the chip. Faith. Lord willing, we won't. Right?
Yeah. Also, because he transgresseth by wine.
The so-called white man transgressed by his mind, his philosophies, his monetary system. All of these things, those are his philosophies, man. It's free enterprise, freedom of religion. All right, everyone is equal. That's another fucking wine, man.
Right. That's it. We
Women
hold
and men are
these
equal.
truths to be self-evident and all men. Those are lies.
You have you have free will. Another philosophy, all right.
Yeah, that's that Babylon
Yeah,
juice.
that's it for real.
You live once.
You only live
More
once.
lives.
If you work hard, you can make it to the top.
If you work hard, you can make it to the top.
I can do it. You can do it. American dream.
Like Clay
man.
Davis say, shit. You know what I mean? That thing happening, man.
He is a proud man.
He's a proud man. The so-called white man is the most proud, and pride go before destruction. All right, he's a proud man. There's no one more proud than the so-called white man. He's talking about he's going to do interstellar travel, one galaxy to the next. He's going to bend space, time, and light.
Star Wars.
Yeah, Star Trek, Star Wars. He's going to bend space, time, and light. How the chariots do.
Right.
He got some damn nerve,
Got some nerve, bro.
Well, brother, I'll say this: you don't know how the chariots do it.
Oh,
Right,
okay.
Let's not get
Yeah,
into that. You know,
Yeah.
Come.
We don't know that, bro.
we just
What's
know
that?
that the chariots got angels in it, and they can move and do
Yeah.
things that Esau can't do.
They
on
could
Earth.
do round. They could go round the round, galaxy to galaxy.
Yeah, they right. They
He
go
saw
to the
things
spirit
he's
world,
gonna-
come
yeah.
back into space, go on to Earth, go into the water. They can do anything, man.
Yeah, right. Neither keepeth at home.
You don't keep at home. So-called white man is in other lands, surveillancing and trying to police those lands and tell them what to do and snatch their resources and be in their airspace, their water space,
Committing
Their
some
water.
genocide in certain places.
commit genocide, trying to get the people to
Murder,
revolt against their own.
Hey, look what he did with Kulani. What's that? Kulani? Whatever. The Iranian general that they dropped the bomb on the head.
Oh,
Right.
What about the nuclear the physicists in Iran? They caught him at the light. The king's cousin Harold, they got him at the light. You know what I mean? They aired his
Soleimani.
ass out by the light.
Solomon.
The physicist?
That's cool, man. That was a general.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Did they hit one of them nuclear scientists too?
Yeah,
They caught his ass in the car and lit his car up.
Right.
Yeah.
Explain that. Explain that because why did they target a nuclear scientist in Iran for?
Yeah.
Because they had the knowledge on how to,
Make the nuclear missiles.
That's right.
Yeah,
Enrich that
yeah.
uranium and
Yeah,
that
yeah.
plutonium.
And most likely one of them
They got the
CIA
blueprint.
hitters.
They got the blueprint.
Yeah, one of they CIA, one of they CIA hitters or whatever. They was in their land. They hit the dude on his own turf.
Yeah.
Well, they're blaming Israel for that. That hit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Most likely it was just Israel. That's because Israel, damn near, because what does it say? At least the flock shall draw them out.
Right.
So Israel is like that rebellious
Yeah.
cousin that just be in your crib fucking the shit up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's Israel, man. He's that untamed child. You know what I'm saying? That's constantly drawing on the walls or whatnot, or cussing all the adults out.
Right.
That's the state of Israel amongst all the rest of the Edomites. You see him out here. And Esau, when we, because we survey it, we scope out the situation. We be on a train in the city, and there'll be Amalek there. I done seen Esau give Amalek such a look, man. They cousins, right? They brothers.
Yeah.
But Esau done gave him a look, because Amalek's on the train like this, doing what they do with the damn curls, and they're bugging out right there. And they'll bump you and don't say nothing.
Yeah.
And so I seen the Edomite was like, he was frustrated. So that's what Amalek is to the rest of these Edomites. Like he's just sustained. They be playing along because Amalek really hold the power. That's the Rothschilds. That's the elites of this world. Majority of them is Amalekites, man. Now these little Bush families and all that, they trying to be up on the level, but really,
They're just
Rothschild
subsidiary.
is the top tier is the so-called Zionist Jews.
Yeah.
Well, because it's those Amalekites, all right, which are the so-called Jews going around doing all the wickedness in the earth. That's why.
With their banking system.
Yeah, with their banking system.
Starting war, waging
Starting
wars.
wars, creating wars.
They got the pocket. They got the
Power.
pockets.
Yeah.
They
They
call
got
them,
deep-
we call them the pocket.
That's right.
Yeah, deep enough for America to turn the eye. That's why the state of Israel bombed, the only country that ever bombed a U.S. ship. They bombed the USS Liberty. Bombed it and the shit went down. And men lost lives, and they never got a retaliation. They did that so that they could force America's hand to go to war.
Yeah, force America's hand to go
They
to war.
bombed it.
Yep.
Come to find out, they bombed it, and they
On
never
some
got.
seats, too. Yeah.
Why? Because that almighty dollar is their God, and as long as you got that, the Amalek got that bread for them, they're gonna do whatever the hell. They bought all of the so-called leaders in America.
He who has a goal make the rules or something.
That's what Rothschild, right? Or the Rothschild, yeah. I care not who makes the laws.
I don't care now who makes a. I care now who makes a. I care now who makes a laws.
Give me control over a
Over
country.
nations. Give me a nation's over a country's currency. I care now who makes his laws.
Yeah, because Amalek, which are the so-called Jews, they're the head family of all Esau. Okay?
That's why it says Amalek was the first of the
The
nation.
first of the nation.
It should be that he shall be destroyed forever.
Mm-hmm.
Roughly paraphrasing. Right? And I believe wasn't Pearl Harbor was kind of like a similar situation.
Yeah.
Kind of like a inside job.
Yeah.
Like
It was a setup. It was a setup. Yeah.
You know,
it was a
Pearl
setup.
Harbor, so they can go to war against.
Yeah.
You know, and
Japan,
shit.
because Japan was going to surrender, and they was going to surrender to Russia. That would have made Japan communist.
Right.
And Esau, being the, instead of letting his brother, the Russians, get ahead, the communists over there, Esau wanted to infiltrate that area anyway, and now they got a support system by bombing the hell out of Japan.
Mhm.
Japan had to surrender now to U.S. instead of surrendering to Russia,
Right.
which made Japan what it is today. It's pretty much democratic ruled by America. That means America got ships all in and out the South China Sea and all of that.
Right.
Plus, they got the foothold over there near China.
Exactly. Well, that's where a lot of this.
strategically. Yeah.
And every year, America does military drills
Drills
with
over there in
Japan.
Japan.
America got bases all up in that.
Yeah,
down there.
yeah.
That's why every once in a while you're gonna meet a black chick You ask her where she born, she gonna say Aftercamp.
Yeah.
She's born in Japan. I met her before, and that's where a lot of Jakes is out there too right now.
Yeah, a lot of drinks out there.
Because America still got locked. They made sure that Japan don't even got a standing army.
Yeah, yup.
And that's where all this frustration between China and a lot of that comes out of the fact that America got ships all up inside that area. So China was like, we need to take back some of this sea.
Yeah.
And they call it the South China Sea conflict and whatnot.
Right.
So that's another war that's right around the corner, man.
Keep him not at home, right?
Yeah.
There they
He
go.
keep it at home. Who enlargeth his desire as hell.
He enlarges his desire as hell. Everywhere he go, he causes the death, destruction, famine, plague.
And you know what? I think the year was 1839. I read up on this recently. I sent this to the chat. How the Dole family, all right, this is where you get your Dole fruit from.
Oh.
The Dole family was just doing business. They was business people out in Hawaii. And there was a queen of Hawaii, and the Dole family, with the help of with the backing of America, just formed a coup.
Yeah, they formed the coup and took over.
Boom,
Right,
took
right.
over Hawaii. Boom, got all them lands. Boom, just a coup. Never really. There's legislation that allows you. You're going right into legislation where we are legally advised to take over your country. Well, that's what the papal bull was. That's what the these charter bulls that the Pope wrote out. I legally advise Spain and Portugal to take over everything west of the Prime Meridian will be in the control of Spain.
Yeah, Saragossa.
They just wrote it. This is previous laws they prescribed. They just wrote it into law to take over another man's land. We talking about the devil. They just wrote it into law, but we just gonna form a coup. And then look, guess how many islands America got so many islands. You wouldn't even know. Samoa Islands, America, Guam. Guam is damn near right next to Indonesia. We all have been there. They are all over there in that region. And then from Hawaii to Guam, it's like 15 islands there owned by America. These people just whatever they see they take. You can't deal. What you do with a person like that? Imagine you let somebody in your house and they literally just start taking your shoes. Like thieves. They think they in a Home Depot.
And they put a gun in your face and say,
And
you ain't gonna do nothing about it.
Well,
And then you can't do nothing about it.
whose are those? Mine.
Right. Yep.
They're mine now.
Yeah.
But that's what America has
That's
done.
pretty much it.
Went around the world doing it, still to this day. You can't. What you gotta do? What do you do with a person like that? What would Esau do? He would destroy their ass. What would any sane person do? They would destroy that person.
Yeah.
That's why we believe in a just and higher power. That
Sure.
will destroy these people.
That's right. Need to keep it at home. Who enlargeth his desire as hell
That's
and
right.
is as death.
It is as death.
Oh, man,
That's what the
it's even
so-called
better.
white man has done. How proof, slave trade, the drug trade. All right. They force these countries and nations
Human trade.
to put the human trade. They force these nations and countries to put diseases, AIDS virus in these vaccines, whatever COVID thing they got. All of this stuff is they've been doing it.
Yeah, the military industrial complex, the prison industrial complex.
All right. That's what they do with it. That's how a lot of times these nations be getting these plagues and these diseases is mainly through vaccines.
Right.
Yeah.
And as death and cannot be satisfied.
It's just death, he can't be satisfied. So-called white man can't be satisfied.
Right.
Nothing's never enough. You ask him how much, nothing's never enough for him.
Right.
All right, and that shows you that's Esau, man. He fits the description. Man, it's starting with the elites of them, Amalek.
That's it. But gathereth unto him all nations.
Gather to him all nations, man. He wants everyone under his banner, under his rule, and under his system.
Yep. And heapeth unto him all people.
Yeah. And that's his
World
new world order.
That's it.
And destroying a large portion of the world's population and the other portion that remains to be enslaved under him.
Shall not. Mm-hmm.
That's why when you look at like his Star Trek and all some of his when he goes out to the final frontier in space and all that, you can see he's leading, but he always got he got a Asian there with him, or Asian man, second command, and he got a black woman third command. He always because he been all nations to him.
Don't forget the droids. He got Data with him. The fucking robot.
Android, yeah.
Got Data with him, you know.
Talking about the actual Tucker.
Oh, yeah. So he wants to do that, though.
Hey, you got some more here. Shall not all these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him?
The whole world knows the so-called white man is the devil, and he's being exposed, all right? And he's a thief and a terrorist.
Yeah. The real terrorist, man.
Oh, you brothers laughing? Yeah, he's a thief, man.
And say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his.
Destruction to him that increaseth that which is not his. It's not no Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans going over taking nations' oil, gold, and things like that. It's the so-called white man that's doing it.
And people idolizing this man. This man did nothing but rob and murder for this bread.
Exactly.
This man was no hard earner, hard worker. People be talking, oh, my parents were hard earners. They were hard earning thieves.
Yeah. Hell yeah. It says, how long, and to him that ladeth himself with thick clay.
That debt. That debt is constantly going. They constantly printing. They constantly printing this funny money. You know, alright? And this stimulus, they stimulating this on.
Yeah, here's a fun fact. 1/3 of all the money ever printed in the U.S. was printed in the year 2020.
Oh shit!
That's how much printing has gotten off the chain because of this quarantine business. Now you think they ain't project that in their files,
right?
In they think tanks. You think this was unforeseen?
Exactly.
What was
all
that?
set up.
It was all set up, man.
It was all set up.
What wealth do you have when the value of your dollar is crashed? What wealth do you have? The Weimar Republic, right? You have the Venezuela. You have the example of Zimbabwe. These currencies was evaluated thousands of times over.
Yeah, man.
To where they had to make $1 zillion bill.
Yeah.
Right.
So how when it comes to that, man, what you know how they all happen? Because somebody agenda, man. Usually Esau behind it somehow. A coup didn't happen the way they wanted it to. But once they got control over the bread, they don't even gotta bring the coup. They're just gonna shut your society down. And if you don't bend that they will, you gotta play ball with Esau.
Yeah, because it doesn't matter. Number one, the Rothschilds own the land. You pay property tax on it. And let's say, for instance, and their executive orders, one of them 11490, it says to take over of all private farmland and resources you have and shut down of all power and water supply. You have land with cattle, you so-called rich, and you pay your taxes on it. It don't matter. They come in and they confiscating that shit by their executive order.
Eminent domain, like the elder said.
Eminent domain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is also what they gave China for all of that debt. They promised China eminent domain under the table, which a lot of you Americans don't even understand how China, if their debt don't get paid the way or whatever deal that they made with the Rothschilds for America, they can come over here and start seizing shit.
Yeah, that's heavy.
It's all serious to get over
that's
here.
Heavy. Yeah.
So America is pretty much already given over.
America's a third world country, man. I think one brother said a fourth world country. But,
I think Arabs got some holdings too.
Hey,
Ishmael got some holdings too. Ishmael got some holdings too.
Hey, your brother, let me read this right quick.
Saudis.
They are in bed.
The Saudis. Crypto so-called Jews. This is Proverbs 21 and 26. He coveteth greedily all the day long.
That's right. That so-called white man covered lands all the day long, man.
What a scumbag.
All right, and also the people. That's why he gonna come through with his new world order with his martial law troops, because all the people It's collateral to the bankers
Damn,
under
man.
the what is it? The birth certificates.
Yeah,
That security paper
Hey, that's why.
from admission by law.
That's why when this crypto thing broke out and regular people who invested a little $100 back in 2010, right, and now that $100 is worth probably $500,000.
Yeah.
They've going through the records trying to figure out how to get back into that information to find out how to tax your ass.
Oh,
They
yeah,
want
yeah.
every last penny
Mhm.
of what you done made. So that's why they certain and guess who? The only ones who find these loopholes is if you rich enough to have a tax accountant. And then the tax accountant finds you tax havens.
Forensics accountant.
Places where you can put your money where you won't get taxed. That's why there's offshore banking. That's why there's this, that, and the third. Because Esau will cover every last penny that you make here, man. You can't even open up a little lemonade stand. Remember,
Yeah.
back in the day, a little
Yeah,
girl
yeah.
opened up a lemonade
Yeah,
stand in the
bro.
corner, everybody go and support that.
That's
Esau
how
want
we
to cut.
tax. Yeah, you want to cut.
You want to cut that. If you ever, guess what? You know what's illegal? Tax sale. You want to sell some shit in your crib and want to make a little bread.
Right.
You have a tax sale. You put it on your front lawn. That's illegal.
Yeah, yep.
Esau can come through and tax the hell out you for that.
Like
Yeah.
a garage sale, so to speak.
Garage
right?
sale, tax the hell out you.
I'm saying like the dude, the Jake comedian. I forget his name.
No, what's his name? Who is it?
He was out there in Venice Beach,
Mm-hmm.
and he was doing this comedy. He was doing his comedy routine, and after a while, a lot of people started coming to, see him on Venice Beach, and I think he was making like a lot of money a year.
Right.
So they sent the tax agent out there,
There it is.
and the tax agent said, well, we calculated you made this much money, and you got paid this money back in taxes.
Oh man.
So, you know what I'm saying? That's why it says,
Wow.
he coveteth, Proverbs 21 and 26, he coveteth greedily. He coveteth. Now, the scriptures tell you not to covet with
That's
your
right.
neighbors. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
All right? And Esau,
Gotcha.
was not Esau our brother?
Yeah, he was.
Oh, okay. All
He
right.
was supposed to
So
be.
they knew that.
Right.
He was
He
supposed to
coveteth greedily all the day long. All day long, man.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
24 hours a day, man. The
Watching
Rothschilds, the international bankers, they coveting how they can take some more oil,
Squeeze.
more gold, squeeze more taxes, take over this country, start wars in that country, provide this country. They can go in there, loan this country this amount of money, so when that country can't pay it back, now they own you.
They own you. Lock, stock, and barrel. They
Oh
call
yeah,
it.
that's right. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a debt. It's a debt trap.
Yes, a debt trap.
That's why it was in the Jeffersons or the whatever show that was. They say having good times, hanging in a child now. Good times.
Yeah.
Easy credit rip off.
It was a-
Scratching and surviving.
Well, it was an easy credit ripoff is when they give you money, they give you bread
that they
but
know you can't pay back.
that they know you can't. But then the interest on that
Yeah,
bread
the interest
is
on
like
it, right.
70% or something crazy, 60-40%. So now you ain't paying back $1,000. You paying back
Right.
$1,500. You're like,
Accrued
damn.
interest.
But that's an easy curve. That's what Esau do with the IMF on a large scale.
Thank you. I was just thinking about that.
They
bro.
don't lend to people. They at one point
Just
Esau
think about
realized lending to people is in the game we need to be playing. We need to lend to nations.
Yeah.
We need to lend to countries. Next
Yeah.
thing you know, a country got a new bridge and they got a new skyscraper. Look just like America.
But the
Little-
Rothschilds been lending, whether the 1800s, the
Right,
Rothschilds
right,
lending
right.
money to
France
France and
and-
England and all
yeah,
of
for
And guess
the
what?
wars.
They're not
because of
gonna,
their wars.
and guess what? They're not gonna be able to pay that bread back. So you
Yeah,
know what that
yep,
means?
yep.
I own your country now.
Yep. No, I own you and your
I
country.
own you and
The
your
citizens, the birth certificate, the collateral.
But what they do is they probably once you can't pay them back, they say that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well,
Yeah.
we're gonna privatize every industry you got in the
Exactly.
country, which means that water system that the
Yes.
government was running,
Yeah,
we run it now.
yeah.
It's called Acme Water System. We gonna get the bread off of that.
The mineral rights to
Yeah,
the country.
you got the garbage disposal, whatever unit, whatever. We're gonna take that down. Let's see where else we can make money off. The street and the light and the infrastructure. We now have the business on that. They damn near mobsters.
That's why they were sucking
Damn.
all the. What's that?
Those are the worst mobsters on the planet Earth.
And I got the scripture. I got the scripture for it.
Yeah, the
scriptures.
Real quick. Micah 2. I'll start at 1 because this is what they do.
Right.
It says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds."
So-called white man, he devised nigga evil upon their beds.
Man.
He's plotting everything day to day, and he's upon their bed, and they exercising it during the daytime, man.
Sleeping on it.
They sleeping on it. They meditate and they sleeping on it, right?
Yeah, when the morning is light, they practice it.
When the morning's light, they practice it. They put it in effect. That's why you had that Flow documentary years ago, and they went and took them Elamites water. The East Indians water that's painful. They were sucking the water out. They were sucking their water like river water. It was causing mudslides and charging people
Nestle,
for the
right?
water.
That was Nestle.
Yeah, all the groups, you know, they changed the names and shit.
Yeah.
And they got many. Yo, man, they so thieving motherfuckers, man.
Yeah, that's right, brother. Because it is in the power of their hand.
It's in the power in their hands. It's in their power to do it. The earth was given into the hand of the wicked.
Yep.
So they come in and say, all right, we need the perpetual mineral rights, ongoing mineral rights of your land. All right? If you can't pay this debt back. Yo, that's cold, man. And if we still don't have enough, well, your people become collateral. We need a birth certificate system for them and social security system for your people.
Which makes you a debt slave.
Yeah.
Meaning,
So now we can tax your people.
Meaning that
ongoing, their children's children. I'm sorry.
Exactly, bro. Meaning that those numbers that you get as your birth certificate and your social security numbers, you are now entered into the system as a debt slave. Meaning if you die, all right, your debt, all right, is now pretty much relinquished, man.
Yeah.
And you're born with a debt.
And you're born, right, that's it. You're born in debt.
And for the scoffers,
That's it.
if we're not saying what's right, if what we're saying is not right, then Rothschilds don't have birth certificates, socials, and driver's license. Rockefellers don't have those things.
No,
okay?
Well, when you look at the national debt clock, Salaki, it says it has a figure for how much each family owes. How much each family in America owes, and it's something around the lines of I want to say $30,000 and up. That means when you're born into a family in the United States, your family has a tab on it. When you got there, it had a tab.
Yeah.
And so that's what a national debt is. It don't belong to the nation of the United States. It belongs to the people, of the United States. That's what. That's why you tax the hell out your checks every week.
This is Micah 2:2, and they covet fields and take them by violence.
That's a so-called white man who does that. He fits the description. That's what he does.
And houses and take them away.
And take houses, take them away. All right? He take everything from you. He take your mattress from under you, man.
Yep.
Turn you upside down, shake the chains out of your pocket.
So they oppress a man and his house.
They oppress a man in his house.
Even a man and his heritage.
And his heritage. You take your nationality away, enslave a whole nation.
You mean to tell me that type of individual don't gotta be jacked the hell up?
They gotta be destroyed.
Destroyed.
It's talking about the so-called white
Right?
man. All right?
Recompense double.
Yeah.
I got another one. Psalm 36, 3 and 4. The words of his mouth are iniquity and deceit.
That's the so-called white man. The words of his mouth are iniquity and deceit. Look, you need to get as many people jabbed so we could combat this COVID thing, man. Because you have millions of people infected and hundreds of thousands of people dying. We need to get the economy and things back on track. The jab will do it.
That's right.
Anybody that's speaking against the jab, they're spreading disinformation
And by the
causing
way,
harm.
and by the way,
That's what they say.
and by the way, report your closest family members, right, that are opposing. You know what I'm saying? The V's, man.
What 800 tell on them?
Yeah, 1-800 tell on them, man.
Snitch.
All right. This is actually in in legislation is actually it being enforced out here, man.
It is being openly recommended.
That's right, bro.
Yeah.
He have left off to be wise and to do good.
Yeah, he don't do good. The so-called white man, everything he does is evil. All right, and he says it, with in smooth words, man. He seems harmless, man, as if he's really trying to help people.
He devises mischief upon his bed.
He devises mischief upon his bed. He's constantly meditating his wickedness, even when upon his bed, man. He's conjuring up things to bring people down.
He setteth himself in a way that is not good.
Yeah, he set himself in a way that is not good. He's plotting and scheming his devices on a daily basis to bring about this new world order, reduce population, all right, and chip the masses.
He abhorreth not evil.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
So he's constantly doing evil, man.
Good.
All right.
Bad.
He got multiple things going on at once. With the vaccines, the chip, the debt, creating more debt, crime, defunding the police.
Yeah, man.
To create more time, more crime, and then provide a solution. Look, and also what they doing too. Don't be surprised, man. They got glitches in the system where certain people's getting millions of dollars and shit for bank errors. That's not to help people. That's basically to bring about to trap people up and to bring about this new monetary system, the chip. We gotta reset.
Yeah, we gotta reset. Yeah.
You know?
That's it. You got something, Elder?
Yeah, Con, I got something. You know, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans say you free, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we know that the wicked elite, you know, they're the ones that control things, right? Which, like the scripture said, Job 9:24, the earth was given into the hand of the wicked, right? Which is the so-called white man. He's in rulership over the earth. It says right here, this is Proverbs 22:7. It says, the rich ruleth over the poor.
Yeah, the rich ruleth over the poor. All right? Starting with the elites on down to the lesser luminaries, on down to your so-called billionaires, these corporations. You got the people complaining saying, yo, the rich are not being taxed. You got to tax the rich.
Right.
The rich are never going to be, the so-called wealthy are never going to be taxed.
That's right.
The tax code works for them. The whole system is designed for them not to pay taxes. All right? That's why you had Trump. When he had that copper top building down there by Wall Street that he bought for $1 million and sold for $100 million, he didn't pay damn near no taxes on it because he provides jobs and he got that profit. It took him more than 18 months. And when you make a profit, that's more than 18. If you make profit under 18 months, it's called hold on, short-term capital gains. So you get short-term capital gains tax, and they could come and take 50% of what you made. But being that his thing was in the real estate, all right, and is reinvested or whatever, the loophole is he don't gotta pay. He don't fall under short-term capital gains tax, and that goes with these corporations too. They're not dealing with liquid assets. They got hard assets, so they don't have to pay those capital gains taxes. It's under their code. Only people like us will have to pay taxes and shit like that, man. All right. So you got people going out there protesting in D.C. and shit like that, man. You wasting your damn time.
Right.
All right. Those things are protecting him, man. This is his kingdom.
And he controls the left and the right, man.
Yeah.
That's how you get a lot of our people trapped up in it. You know, he's controlling the Democrat and the Republican. Our people think it's a real feud going on in the conflict. The elites are smart, a lot wiser than you give them credit of, man.
Yeah.
You know, so they got these things. They know divide and conquer. That's always been the game plan. But the last thing they want you to do is start calling upon the name of the Yahweh Shem Shah.
Right.
Start seeing your power for who he is. Start throwing them idols out the window, burning them, taking, you know, and start calling on his name, man. You got it, bro.
It says, the rich ruleth, this is Proverbs 22:7. The rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender.
The borrower is servant to the lender, all right? It's down all the way down to the Jenks. that get caught up in, and then the mortgages and things like that, and the loans for small business, and then also these governments is in debt to international bankers, the elites, and that's why the people are collateral. And
That's why the people are slaves, man.
the slaves, yeah. They're
So,
collateral.
hey, brother, we all slaves in this place, man.
Yeah.
We're all borrowers.
Gone.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You know, you got that mortgage. You know what I'm saying, like the brother brought out. You know what I'm saying, like up and coming elder brought out. You got the mortgages, man. In which the
Death.
word mortgage goes back to morgue, which means
Well,
death.
yeah.
Because by the time you get finished paying off that shit, that shit is like death, man.
Yeah.
You know, that's just death, man.
You
You
ain't
know?
gonna be able to pay it
You
off.
die by the
Yeah.
time you get
By the
finished paying
time,
that
yeah,
shit off, man.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You know, you got the majority of our people's on welfare. You know what I'm saying?
Farewell backwards.
You know, look at all the stimmy checks, man. Right?
That's right.
That's the lender, right?
That's right.
Exactly. You know, unemployment. That's the lender, man.
That's right.
You know, you borrow money from the bank to do businesses. You know what I'm saying? To get houses. Come on, man. We slaves in this damn society.
No, and look, all they had to do was close down the economy for 1 year, and a lot of people ain't never gonna come back up.
Yeah, that's right.
They down for the count.
That's right. Remember when the government shut down? You know, that nigga woman begging Trump, praying
Oh,
for
yeah,
Trump
right.
to reopen.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, she was
Right?
in
Remember
office
that?
weeping
To
and
reopen
hollering
the
and
government.
crying.
You know,
Yeah,
whooping
yeah,
and hollering, man.
Those were the people that was they was part of the government people. Remember the government was furloughed for a while?
Yep,
Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't know if that was 2020 or the years
It
prior.
might, yeah,
There
it
was
might
a
be.
government furlough going on, and
Yeah.
2019, I
they was
believe.
crying for
They
the.
was crying hard, bro.
That's right. I got some.
Yeah, right.
Deuteronomy 28 and 34. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things.
And that's the nation of Israel. That's the situation we in right now, right? We're in one of all things. We have to go to all these other nations to buy things. We have to go to Esau for employment, for Esau, for everything. These other nations, right? Because we're the consumers.
Yeah, like the elder said, we're the borrowers,
We're
man.
the borrowers also. Yeah.
We're servants to the lenders, man. These
Yeah.
damn devils gotta lend to us, man.
That's right. That's right.
And they make their secret meetings to keep it that way. But the scriptures say we're gonna remain that way until the Lord come to deliver us.
Yeah, they say
Anyway.
the scriptures tell you that they are wiser than Daniel.
Yep, they are.
So yeah, I wonder why this system you can't get a leg up, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we gotta go to once to the so-called white man for all things. So how you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans walking around saying you're free? You got your own clothing manufacturing company, man. You making money off of it? Okay, you got FUBU, Cross Colors. Yeah, them niggas gotta go by the so-called white man's tune, man.
Exactly.
Yeah,
If they don't pay them taxes and all that stuff,
okay.
and they don't sing to so-called white man's tune, guess what? They ain't gonna be in the clothing business no more, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
You got your own gas refineries. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Police force.
No, you don't. And if any so-called Latino or so-called island, West Indian islands or whatever, or Latino country, guess what? You still gotta sing of the tune of the so-called white man. Look at Venezuela, how they took him out of here, man.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Chavez.
Chavez, man, come on, man. They allegedly they took him out of here,
Yeah,
man.
they did.
He was talking about he was bucking up against America. Guess what? He got taken out of there, man.
Yeah, and nobody said a word.
Now Russia got to come in and bail Venezuela out, man. You know what I'm saying? So you still under the so-called white man, man.
Yeah.
Still under.
The Russians are Edomites.
That's right.
So you still under the so-called white man.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So you
Some-
so-called niggas talking about you free, you Latinos from the Latino countries, you West Indians from the West Indian country, you Haitians from the Haitian country. What's happening over in Haiti, man?
Oh man.
Okay?
A big child
Trafficking.
child trafficking ring. That's
Yeah,
what.
yeah.
And they got a president that won't step down. He done said, listen, I'm doing another 4 years.
Right, yeah,
They
yeah.
can't even get his ass up out of there.
And plus, America gave aid to Jamaica, gave aid to Haiti, and it's still giving aid to Haiti, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
America sets up these puppet leaders in these countries, in these Latin countries. And any dude that go against America's agenda, guess what? They get him up out of there, man.
Hey, Jamaicans can't even buy and grow their own rice. They have to import the rice. That's how bad of a deal they got.
That's in Haiti too.
Yeah, they got to import
That's in
rice.
Haiti. They got to import rice from America.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's in Haiti, I believe. You know what I'm saying? So the farmers can't even grow their own rice and make money, no, because they're getting it from America.
And the president is Muslim.
Look at Puerto Rico, man. You know when the Trump went over there? You owe me money, Puerto Rico. You know? Well, go ahead, bro.
All right. It says, and in one of all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
That happened. And we had a yoke of iron around our neck, but now we still under this system with these shackles, man. We destroy economically right now. All right.
Yeah, they got us where they want us.
Yeah.
Adhesion contracts.
Yeah.
Plus these Latin countries got extradition deals with America, man. You know what I'm saying? Except for Cuba. You know? Go do a crime here in America. Go do a crime here in America and run to Costa Rica. Man, go extradite your ass right back to America, man.
What was that dude that had the
You can reach your homeland, man. You're
what's
supposed
that-
to make the rules, man.
What's that dude that had the whorehouse out in Nevada, the cat house?
Oh, him, yeah,
The
that
fucking
dude,
Mustang Gretsch.
yeah.
He left with all his millions, and America's mad. They wanted them to extradite his ass up out there.
Yeah,
I don't know if they changed the laws right now to go
I
get him.
don't know, bro.
But yo, he was like, yo, he's worth. He got away with like 100 million in taxes. He was like, I'm way more worth more than that. They messed the numbers up. Yeah. So, but it's America.
Yeah, but that goes to show you these countries are under the thumb of America, man.
Yeah.
If you got a central bank, that's a central Rothschild bank in your country, you under the thumb of the so-called white man.
Yeah, that's right.
And the once of all things, man.
Yeah,
Okay?
he
You
got
got
the
the Queen
middle.
of England on your dollar bill.
That's right. We gotta go to the so-called white man for every damn thing, man.
A lot of these leaders, your favorite leaders, they go over to England. They gotta bow down and kiss the ring of the.
Yep. That's right.
That's what happened with Selassie.
Yep.
Right?
That's
He's
right.
the own prince, and all of the people in Jamaica worshiping this dude, but they got him bowing down to the Queen, kissing her ring.
Yeah, he ran to Britain, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
he ran to the so-called white man for help, man.
She's a heathen anyway.
Yeah, but he's a heathen anyway. But I'm just saying, these
Yeah.
niggas worshiping, man.
Yeah, ain't worship.
These so-called West Indians,
You got a scripture?
damn Jamaicans worshiping him, man.
I just love it.
Mm-hmm.
Got some?
All right, bro.
All right, Isaiah 59:4 says, none calleth for justice, nor any pleadeth for truth. They trust in vanity and speak lies. They conceive mischief and bring forth iniquity. You see, this is the so-called white man. This is all he's brought to the world. This is what he has contributed to the world, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, he doesn't call for justice. All right, because what is justice, man? Is according to the law says in the commandments of the Bible. He doesn't adhere to any of these laws. He doesn't uphold any of them.
Right.
You know, the book of Habakkuk, the first chapter, it says that right judgment don't go forth.
Right.
That's why this dude Chauvin, here it is. They say
Oh,
he
yeah.
murdered. They got it on film, whatever. He murdering George Floyd. Whether that was set up or
Right.
false flag or not.
Yeah, right.
All right, but the point is they gave him 22 and a half years. That was the sentence from the judge. But where in the scriptures, man, is anyone incarcerated?
Yeah.
Except for how the Romans did it. And then two, you either become this is what happens in the scriptures. You either pay back your debts.
Mhm.
If you can't pay back, you become a slave.
Mhm.
Then there's an option. If it's punishable by death, you either stoned, you're burned, or you what's another way we kill? Usually either stoned or or burn.
Yeah, that's for like different,
Right, for different
right,
abominations.
different breaking the law steps,
Right.
right, different
Right.
breaking of the law steps, commandments, yeah,
But if you are a murderer, you put to death.
Yeah, you put the
There ain't no 22 years and then you're gonna let him
Yeah,
free.
exactly.
You got some, like you was going into earlier, you got some serial killers sitting in jail right now.
Yeah,
Mhm.
They got 100 and something bodies on them.
right.
And they over here interviewing these guys,
Yeah,
giving them fame. What is he alive for? How's the family? The family's gonna die before he is.
right.
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, that's right. This is speaking on what we're speaking on. According to the scripture here, this is Habakkuk 1:4. Therefore the law is slack, and judgment doth never go forth.
Yeah, the Lord slack and judgment
Man.
don't go forth. That's why you have these Catholic priests and things like that. They're not brought to judgment. They just shipped somewhere else. You know, Esau, the Lord works in favor of him. All right.
For the wicked doth compass about the righteous.
Yeah, they do. Starting with the elites on down the ranks.
Therefore, wrong judgment proceedeth. Man.
Yeah, wrong judgment proceedeth, man. That's why you got Jakes up in all the Jakes up in these in the prison systems, and a lot of them is in jail for a long time, and the judgment was wrong. All right.
That's right, bro.
You got Esau killing Jakes and getting off. Okay.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, you finished?
Yeah, that was it.
All right, brother, so, we're gonna close it up.
Okay.
We're gonna close it up. Any brothers wanna bring out any scriptures?
Straight.
Shy, you wanna bring out any scriptures?
No, that's it.
You good? Okay. All right, brother. So, Abaratazah, Lord, will the next time continue to do the work, faith and sincerity and the truth, and be on fire. Shalom.
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 Shalom. All praises to
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Right. That's right. Yeah, that's about an hour.